pay. So if you want to play a good game, this is the game to get. If you're a Rampage fan. And that's all I'm going to say for the PlayStation 1 and 2 games. And I will be back later with a look at my Xbox games. 360, that is. Alright, I am back here with the last of the look at, the last part of looking at my video games. Now before I get into my 360 games, I do want to say that I found this while I was, looking through my games to show you. It is my Sonic Adventure game for my Dreamcast. The game, I should say, is right here. Come fresh out of the Dreamcast. There it is. I gotta get a better CD cover for it, but yeah, there it is. The Sonic Adventure game, which the DX version is based off of. Right there. It's pretty cool. That's the one that redesigned all the characters: Sonic, Amy, Knuckles, Tails, Eggman. So, I got this, believe it or not. I got this. I actually bought my Dreamcast. I think it was at a game exchange or somewhere. And at the same time I bought this game, I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to get this game because I saw it. I said, I'm going to get this game and I'm going to play it. I said, fuck it, man. If I'm going to get a Dreamcast, and if I'm only going to have one game for the Dreamcast, it's going to be Sonic Adventure, and that's what I did. So, definitely a good way to start out. Now, let's get into my 360 games. They're not very many, although I know there's a lot of people that have a lot of 360 games. My nephew being one of them, and my cousin-in-law being another. But anyway, let's take a look at them, shall we? First of all, let's start out with this unique little specimen. Again, this is actually in the same category as Disney Sports Basketball. This, along with Disney Sports Basketball, were the two games that, when my subscription expired with GameFly, I couldn't get back on time, and I ended up buying through my bank account, believe it or not. And it is none other than Mortal Kombat vs. DC. This game was actually hyped up a lot when it first came out, and it's still, I think, one of the better games that I've seen on the 360 fighting-wise. It's got a great crossover, a great storyline with the crossover, and the graphics are unbelievable. You just gotta watch it with your own. You gotta play it with your own eyes. Graphics with the cutscenes and everything's unbelievable. The graphics when it comes to fighting is unbelievable. And that was my dog. I think she got a shock or something. I'm not sure. She got herself caught or something. I don't know. But she's okay. She's a good dog. Come on. Come on. But yeah, this is a pretty good game if you ever want to. Like I said, still lives up to the hype as far as I'm concerned. And like I said, it's got good graphics for the cutscenes, great CGI, great graphics when it comes to the fighting. I mean, when you knock them off a building, I'm sure you've seen this, you can actually still fight them in midair. It's unbelievable. If you haven't played this game yet, where the heck have you been? Play this game. It's great. It's fun. And then, of course, we have the game, or the arcade deal that was packaged with the Xbox. I thought I was going to get maybe Pac-Man or Sonic Superstar or something like that, but this was the game that I got, the live arcade. And of course, it's just got your typical games that it comes with. The Pac-Man Championship Edition, the Uno, the Boom Boom Rocket, Feeding Frenzy, and Lexor 2. So, but yeah, they're fun games. I pretty much like playing the Pac-Man Championship Edition. So, definitely, if you want to keep busy, this is probably the best way to keep you busy if you can't really afford many Xbox games. And then we have right here we have SmackDown vs. Raw 2009 featuring ECW. This is actually my first SmackDown vs. Raw game on my 360. It's one of the first games I got. And I've actually played people online with this. And what I have found out is the people online are a lot tougher than just facing the computer. Let me tell you that. But it's actually kind of fun. You know, it introduces a lot of matches. It introduced the Inferno match into the game system, so that's pretty cool. It focuses a lot on the tag team, which I wish WWE would do for real. And it's got a good story editing with Road to WrestleMania, certain wrestlers, divas you use for Road to WrestleMania. It's got a creative finisher. That means you can basically create your own finisher and finish off your opponent with that. And overall, it's a great game, fun game. It's got an updated roster. You know, basically when they give you the downloadable characters, you can update the roster with that. So yeah, overall, it's a real fun game, and definitely worth the price. If you haven't got this game yet, get it if you want to, but it's up to you. But it's a fun game. Go ahead and get it if you want. SmackDown vs. Raw 2009. And then, of course, we have UFC Undisputed 2009. I know the sequel's coming out real soon. This is actually a fun game. My nephew, believe it or not, talked me into getting this game, and I actually got him a copy as well. And it's a fun game. It's, you know, it's by the same people, THQ. And just like with when you play online, you know, just like with SmackDown vs. Raw, it's a lot tougher playing people online than just a computer. And it's got sort of a story mode. Basically, it's like working your way up to the top, if you will. It's not like a story mode, but it's basically like you know, doing matches. It's a career mode, basically. You basically have a career mode where you're working, you're training, you're winning matches, you lose matches, things like that. It's a fun game. I've played online many times against people. I don't got the best record online. But I will say this. I told this to my nephew, and I think this surprised him. I played somebody online, and this guy had, I think, over 2,000 to 20-something thousand wins. I don't know how many. And very few losses. And I played him. And it looked like he was going to beat me. And I fought him back. And next thing you know, bam! Right in the last second into the second round, I beat him. With a flash punch. I beat him, and I beat him, basically, and I won his title. So, and I'm not lying. I swear, that's the honest truth. But, yeah, it's a fun game. I mean, if you ever want to play a game like this, it's really, really fun. So, yeah, check it out. And check it out if you want to, or download it on Games on Demand on your Xbox 360 now, so, because that's where it's at. So, it's real fun. And I think I showed you the inside of this, didn't I? I think I did, I'm not sure. That's the inside of 09. And then, of course, we have Street Fighter 4, which now can also be found on the Games on Demand. And this was basically a prelude, or basically the startup point for Super Street Fighter. I got this at Blockbuster for a good price. It's really fun. I love playing this game. It's the second Street Fighter game I have. Well, actually, I got a lot of Street Fighter games, but I downloaded them on the Xbox and on the Wii, so go figure. Even the first one, which is Fighting Street. But this is, yeah, the Street Fighter 4. It's got great graphics, man. Great CGI. And the anime they use in it for the cutscenes is unbelievable. So, if you haven't played this game yet, and you're playing Super Street Fighter, where have you been? Play this first, then play Super Street Fighter. You might see a big difference. But definitely highly recommended. Download it on Games on Demand if you want to do that. And that's all I can say about it. It's a fun game. It's definitely one of the best Street Fighter games I think they've ever released. And last but not least, we have SmackDown vs. Raw 2010. And of course, the cartridge, the disc, is in my game system right now. But this is really a fun game. And it's the last game, believe it or not, the last SmackDown vs. Raw game that featured ECW, because ECW disbanded or was folded earlier this year by Vince McMahon. So it's really a fun game. I'd definitely check it out if I was